Ms. Jackson, you say Mr. Figures was a smooth-talking Casanova who swept you off your feet and out of your clothes and then left you with a baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim Mr. Figures disappeared 20 years ago, and now you want to prove that he is definitely your son, Daniil's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Figures, the smooth talker and runaway dad, is having his runaway dash ending in court today. He is caught in the claws of Ms. Jackson, who is trying to prove that his plans to run and abandon his child have been foiled. Let's hope he doesn't slip out of her fingers this time in the same slick way he swept her off her feet 20 years ago.
I couldn't take care of her. So my family actually told me, go, better yourself. Go to Job Corps, do what you need to do. And I looked for love in all the wrong places. I met him like on maybe a Friday or Saturday night. And when I saw him with the long, curly black hair, he was just so, I was stunned.
Ms. Jackson found love in all the wrong places. Mr. Smooth Talker must have played his role perfectly for him to make Ms. Jackson a very early mom at 16. Surely his physical looks must have made it very easy to fall for him. I mean, the dark-skinned, curly hair and tall physique must have aided in sweeping her off her feet. Must have been difficult to resist such a man.
So the bottom line, you all did have a sexual relationship, right?
Yes, we did.
So, Mr. Figures, you acknowledge that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You did. Did you use protection? Were you guys using protection at the time?
Well, no, ma'am.
Not using protection?
We didn't.
No.
All right, and so...
I definitely know it wasn't just me.
Okay, interesting. Mr. Smooth Talker knew Ms. Slippery Feet wasn't having an affair with him alone. Still, he went on to not use protection. What must have been his game plan? To enjoy the slippery slope and walk gallantly out of her life? Or better still, run? So, now what? He's left her all alone to do the protection in the child's life. What a case.
Have these, call yourself little nicknames or whatever, right? So at that time, that was me. You see, she remembered. So I had another friend also. His name was
Mustafa.
She got a good memory. So.
Wow, Mr. Smooth Talker has another name, Mr. Majestic. How regal that sounds. Ms. Slippery Feet does not know how to keep her secrets to herself. She playfully exposed Mustafa. I mean, having a Mustafa wouldn't have been so bad, but Mustafa is Mr. Majestic's friend. Very interesting. There's no friction here, and the slide is very slippery as it is. Nice.
When I found out, I thought I had a stomach virus or something. So when I went to the infirmary, they gave me a pregnancy test. I'm stunned. I'm actually in shock. I don't have my family. So I'm really trying to
But she also had
focus
another
on
guy that she was dealing with.
It must have been a very shocking revelation. To think she had a stomach virus only to find out she was pregnant. That's a very big pill to swallow, to be honest. But it shouldn't be difficult for her to believe. She has been sleeping with 2 friends unprotected, even muttering Mustafa's name to Mr. Majestic while they were at it.
dealing with someone, meaning he had my back. Don't meaning we having sex.
Come on, man.
It didn't come to, but the person that he's talking about, he even went to him and told him, she's carrying my baby.
Dealing with does not mean having sex? What a line. It definitely can get anyone out of a cheating web. Mr. Smooth Talker must have some trust issues for him to have approached someone Ms. Slippery Feet is dealing with to tell him she is carrying his baby. This show is the bomb.
I want to give Mr. Figures a chance to respond.
From my perspective of things, you have this friend that's in your life or whatever, and that's good. But at the same time, when you telling everybody that you dealing with this person, here it is a week later, you having sex with me again.
So you're dealing with a guy and you're still sleeping with Mr. Smooth Talker. Great. Mr. Smooth Talker has a problem with being the side guy, but he has to protect his ego more. Regardless of this, he did not use protection with Ms. Jackson anyway, so he has a lot in his pocket. It is only right for him to use some for his ego. Oh.
How has this affected you, young man?
We had hard times, rough times. We've been through thick and thin. And she always told me don't run from your problems, so I don't run from my problems. I stay with her through thick and thin.
Poor Daniel. The result of a slippery slide that took place 20 years ago? It must have been very hard growing up trying to figure out who his father truly is. With no dad to come watch you play sports or take you to the park to play. Not to worry, Judge Lauren is here to help you shed some light today.
Why is it taking the state of Georgia 20 years to even get a swap his mouth?
Yeah, and that wasn't my fault.
Oh, I'm not blaming him.
You ain't never taken the initiative to do anything.
Like I said, if I didn't know how to get in touch with you, how can I? I may have
so many social media networks here. You can find anybody here.
I'm not.
So
I'm
that's
not
another
social.
excuse.
Whoa, Daniel's a hard talker too? He made Mr. Smooth Talker realize he is just a runaway dad who lacks the knowledge to use social networking to locate people. Honestly, Daniel, it better be that Mr. Smooth Talker is your dad, so you can equip him with social networking tools to help him locate those who are missing somehow. Wait a minute, did he just say he did not know Ms. Slippery Feet's last name?
Mr. Figures, you are not the father.
Oh my God.
20 years, huh? For this. I hope you fine.
After a very long debate and a roller coaster of emotions, the results are finally here, and Mr. Smooth Talker was very smooth after all. He swept Mrs. Slippery Feet off her feet 20 years later, only this time by exonerating himself of being the father of Daniel. Then who is Daniel's father? Could it be Mustafa, the dealer, or somebody else? Nobody knows.
So I'm sorry for you, man. I really hope you do find out who your father is.
It's fine.
I have to ask you, respectfully, do you know who? I mean, for 20 years.
Like, yeah, but he's been there all along.
My God. Does he have any clue that he is Daniil's biological father?
No.
Ms. Lopez, you are here today because you claim the defendant, Mr. Carbajal, allegedly perpetuated a DNA testing scam to try to deny paternity of your kids. You say you are tired of struggling daily to take care of your children alone, and you need to prove he's their biological father today.
Yes, Your Honor.
After perpetuating a fake DNA test to scam her into believing he is not the father, Mr. Carbajal insists that Mrs. Lopez has left his life in ruins simply because of the baby. I don't know, Mr. Carbajal. Maybe don't have sex without protection with a woman if you're not ready to be in ruins. Maybe get your life together before having a baby. So many options, Mr. Carbajal.
She told me, hey, come see me, for the weekend or just one night. So I want to go see her. And that day that I want to go see her, we basically had sex that first night.
It was not that
yes,
first night.
It was.
No,
yes, it
no,
was
it
the first
wasn't.
night. Yes,
No.
it was. Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay then, so these two are strangers going at it for the first time with one another, unprotected. That's such a sensible thing to do. After their devil's tango, Mr. Carbajal goes on to say to Ms. Lopez that he was uninterested in having a baby with a woman he was not in love with. But she's pregnant already? Oh, Mr. Carbajal, maybe next time don't have unprotected sex with a complete stranger?
You're the mother of 2 children.
Yes, Your Honor.
But there is a doubt as to the paternity to both of the children. That's what you contend, Mr. Carbajal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's start with your daughter that's 2 years old, Aliana.
Yes.
So you claim Mr. Carbajal was the only person you were with.
Yes, Your Honor.
There are 2 babies, so these 2 had sex the first time, went through all of this with the first baby, and then decided to do it again? Wow, way to go, team. Now, again, Mr. Carbajal, you don't have a job, but you believe so strongly that Ms. Lopez is after your money? You're completely dependent on your family and their money, so you believe she feels completely entitled to it too. What a guy.
Even though you doubt it?
Because when she was first born, I was attached to her. I was really attached to her.
Okay, so you were attached to her. So then why doubt? What made you doubt?
She was the picture.
No, there was another man.
There
that
was not another man.
She showed my sister Miriam.
He was a friend
picture
of mine.
a guy, and my sister took picture of her phone.
He was a
because
friend of mine,
that
Your
guy
Honor.
looked exactly like.
No.
So
Liana.
you were showing pictures in your phone of
showing
a
my
guy
sister.
to your sister.
Yes.
Wait a minute, what? At this point, one would believe this man is bipolar. How was he so attached to this baby girl, calling her his firstborn daughter, up to him getting a tattoo of her name, only for him to switch up on the baby and her mom like that? Come on, what happened to not wanting to father a baby with a woman you are not in love with initially? What is going on, Mr. Carjabal?
This guy looks just like my niece. I don't think my brother's the father. What other doubt do you have? Did you witness? Did you hear about her sleeping with other people?
My family was, when they were born, they didn't look nothing like us. My mom and my dad were saying
Your daughter did look
that
like you.
they had nothing related to us.
All
I've
right,
seen
so
cases out
these
there.
are the doubts as it relates to Aliana. Let me understand the doubts as it relates to Noah.
Oh, so there was a man involved. Of course, another man in the picture caused him to act like that. Ms. Lopez, what were you thinking? Mr. Cabajal's sister is going on about how the new man resembles the baby way more than her own brother. Who let this woman into the courtroom, please? And why is she here for some sort of moral support?
Sign his birth certificate. Why wouldn't she let me? She's saying I'm the father. Why couldn't I sign a birth certificate?
Because you weren't there from the beginning.
I was there.
I was there when they both were born.
No, Sean,
I was
hold on.
there.
Let's get some more.
Warner.
there.
Hold on, Miss Avila, please stand up. Stand up. What is it that you'd like to add? They're saying they were at the hospital. You say they weren't?
They were at the hospital after they were born.
What exactly is going on here? Mr. Cabajal, can you please pick a side? Were you at the births or not? He was about to pull a fast one, but Ms. Avila was not having it. Look how fast the woman got up to defend her daughter. It's a very simple thing. It's either you were present at the hospital that day or not. It would seem like he is all about accusing this woman of being with him for money, whereas he has not been showing up.
It was probably, she was pregnant already. And this guy looks exactly like Noah.
Your Honor, I was already
No.
pregnant with
It's a
my
big,
son when my
dark
daughter
man
was holding.
She said she
And
got pregnant in November when I seen her in December.
I was not pregnant in November,
Yes, you
okay?
were. Yes,
I'm not
you were.
She came to
nothing with
visit.
nobody.
She came to
So
visit
you
to my
believe
house.
she was already pregnant?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
No.
Were you intimate with anyone else?
No, Your Honor, I was not.
What a complete ride. The courtroom just got a lot hotter with these accusations. Since Mr. Cabajal had unprotected sex with her at their first meeting, he explicitly stated that he does not trust that she is not having unprotected sex with absolutely anybody during their first meeting. What a guy. If you're so uncomfortable with the concept, why do it with her in the first place? When you were fused with one another, it didn't occur to you that it was wrong, did it?
He did a paternity test that he bought from the store. I did not know about it until he gave me the result that came back.
So you took a home, and at
Oh,
home,
off the counter. We bought
DNA
it.
test.
Yes, my mom bought it off the counter. They came with swabbing things, you know?
Okay, so it came with all of the utensils,
Yes,
everything
and
you
then
needed.
paperwork.
An over-the-counter paternity test? Really? Oh well, the man is desperate to find out and be sure if he is the father or not. So what were the results of the test that he was so desperate to do? Ms. Lopez, however, is so insistent that the paternity test is fraudulent. She knew nothing about it, heard nothing about it until the day he simply handed her the results.
Mr. Carbajal, you are not her father. Okay, now we have the answers for Aliana. We still have to get Noah's.
My mom wouldn't have spent so much money on those tests to
We
be
spend a
swabbing
lot of
other
money.
people.
We
on
spend a
their
lot of
kids.
money to do those tests.
You guys should have still told us what you were
No, you think
going to do.
you think you guys were gonna let us do it?
To cut all the drama short, this woman has lied to Mr. Cabajal for 2 years. Just look at the shock on Judge Lauren's face. Was Mr. Cabajal right, Ms. Lopez? Was it with a stranger just like him? This woman lied blatantly to Judge Lauren, stating explicitly that she was not with anyone aside from Mr. Cabajal. With all of this happening, it seems almost like everything she has said could be a lie.
So I'll ask you again. Were you sleeping with anyone else besides Mr. Carbajal at the time?
One, Your Honor.
She's the one in the picture.
It's not the one in the
Obviously.
picture,
Pretty sure
okay?
it is.
No, it's not, Christina.
Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
you stood in this courtroom and lied. You lied.
You ruined my brother's life.
She ruined my life.
You know you lied.
That lie shocked Judge Lauren to the bone. Look at them bickering endlessly about the home DNA test, when the real one is right here and in front of their faces. Talk about misplaced priorities. It's almost like the baby is not the major thing for them. This child is 2 years old without a clue of everything going on here. And look at them going back and forth over inconsequential rubbish. Let's get to the second results.
Mr. Carbajal, you are not
Thank you.
Noah's
Thank
father.
you, Your Honor.
Ms. Romelis, you are here today to test 2 men to determine the paternity of another man.
We're in court today to settle Ms. Romulus' claim that Mr. Seymour is the father of her son. But wait a minute, she also claims that while on a 4-year relationship with Mr. Seymour, she cheated with another man, Mr. Covington. However, it was not the same week her son was conceived, as stated by Mr. Romulus. Okay, who is going to tell this woman that cheating is generally wrong, regardless of the time?
At first, everything was going really well. I was going to school, going to work, and he was like my financial and like spiritual guidance I needed in life. And it was just sex behind the dumpster.
So, Mr. Seymour was her financial and spiritual guidance till his faith led him to being a strip club mouse, from cheating to having sex behind dumpsters. Meanwhile, let's not forget Miss Romulus was feeding her beliefs on rumors, but Mr. Seymour can be very capable of pulling such stunts. No judging.
I tell him like, okay, so you do you, I'm gonna do me, and we took a break at that.
All right.
But
So
she won't
this
say I want
ended.
daddy, though.
This ended your relationship. You took a break.
Partially, it ended our relationship, Your Honor. Other incidents.
Alright, you did not like his newest hobby of going to the strip club and making good use of the dumpsters, so you decided to take a break. But while on a break, you were still taking bites off his cookie by seeing him at intervals. So, why the break? It's okay to not like his new hobby, but why deceive yourself by going on a faux break? You were seeing somebody else too at the same time.
We were on our break. I decided to see other people. I cheated on him basically out of spite. I was like, okay, he's doing him, so I'm gonna do me. And I had a mutual friend I'd been talking to for like 3 months.
Haha, you're doing revenge cheating without thinking of the consequences. Wait, did Mr. Seymour just mention that you were cheating with his mom's ring on your finger? Whoa, you were out for blood, really? Well, keeping your other man at arm's length while being with Mr. Seymour implies you had motives for him in the future.
Then what happened? happens, Mr. Seymour?
I proposed to her with my mom's ring, and she
You
still go out here.
proposed to her with your mother's ring.
Yes, ma'am. She still go out here and betray me.
Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Seymour, what a loving gentleman you are. You popped the question and banded her with your mom's ring. Her cheating with the ring must have been a very heavy blow on you. You felt betrayed, but dear Ms. Romulus said you gave it to her as a promise ring. Are you a straightforward person, or are you just goofing around too?
Okay, I had sex with DJ and I had sex with Jeremy. Jeremy might be the father. I'm 100% for sure Jeremy's the father. But then again, I had sex with DJ. Look at it like, hey.
Ms. Romulus has some decency in her, how great, but how come it could not restrain her from sleeping with two men within the same time frame? Now she has found herself trying to guess who the father of her son is. Mr. Seymour definitely knows she cheated, with her confirming it, but her decision to cheat was to spite based on a rumor. Nice. A son who has no known father is the result.
Girl that said I had sex with a stripper behind the dumpster told me that.
I told him myself.
Wait a minute. The
Same girl.
same person that told you he had sex behind the dumpster told...
Interesting. The same girl who dished the rumor to Ms. Romulus told Mr. Seymour about the other man Ms. Romulus was cheating with. Okay, that girl must be up to something very fishy. Ms. Romulus had the other man sign Mr. Seymour's so-called son's birth certificate. How intentional can Ms. Romulus be? You have done your best, so keep it up. Judge Lauren will be the one to judge you shortly.
Argument, and
Right.
I had got mad, and I was like, you know what? Well, let me just put it out there that it might be a possibility somebody else's father. As far as that, he's been there through this pregnancy. He's went to more
Because
than
he the
3
dad.
doctors
Well,
and look
it's not my
crazy because
child.
I don't want to drive.
How courageous of Ms. Romulus. She had to take the bull by the horns by letting him know he was the father of the child, as she usually makes decisions impulsively. In the same way, she decided to spite him based on rumors and pin him as the father because he has been to hospital visits with her for at least 3 months. Bravery and a very good sense of judgment as displayed by Ms. Romulus.
She's a manipulator. She's a liar.
No, I'm not. I did not manipulate you.
So hold on. I brought Mr. Covington in here because I want to understand his side.
Yeah. See, basically, she just family, my brothers and nephews. So she feel like I'm the guy for her to be this child cover.
Time for the big man, Mr. Covington, to shed some light on this case. That did not go as expected. So Ms. Romulus passes as a manipulator and very cunning woman. Is she trying to dig some gold off Mr. Covington's hard work? Since he is working and has a sense of responsibility, he will be a good father to her son. Ms. Romulus keeps displaying a high level of intelligence in her decision-making. Kudos, once again, to her.
Mr. Seymour, you are not the father. Mr. Covington, you are not the father.
Seriously?
The results have shed light, and the father has still not been found. Mr. Covington took the worst hit. He must have thought he was the father of the boy. Not knowing Ms. Romulus, the manipulator put her skills to utmost use. She had other plans and pulled them off smoothly. Her quest continues as the DNA results have opened her to more searches.
Oh,
That has to be somewhat wrong, so I'm not even.
Somewhat wrong.
someone
Yes,
all
it
the
has
way
to be
wrong.
wrong.
What? 2 years?
Let me tell you something. Men lie. You say you are 100% certain that the defendant is your 15-month-old son, Jasion's biological father, and today he's going to put his name on the dotted line right in front of his girlfriend. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, you...
Nothing is going to stop Mr. Harris from putting his name on the dotted lines in front of his girlfriend on today's episode. Ms. Capples has come to fight tooth and nail in order for her to achieve this for her 15-month-old son. Mr. Harris has also made up his mind that it is not going to happen, and in the end, Ms. Capples should stay away from him and his girlfriend. Let's see how it unfolds.
Mr. Harris, I made him my man crush Monday. He's a good guy, hardworking, good father. We messaged back and forth on Facebook for a while. After that, we exchanged numbers, and after that, we started hanging out, getting up, and...
Do you remember finding out Ms. Capples was pregnant?
Ms. Capples, did you attend the same high school with Mr. Harris in an imaginative world? Or is Mr. Harris trying to shelve you in front of his girlfriend? Why did you attend the same school with Mr. Harris? And he is claiming you never attended the same high school. So many questions the DNA result will hint us in. Not to forget you disappeared after informing him you were pregnant. Oh yeah, Man Crush Monday is a good guy too.
Dating, he told me about the situation and was like, I was talking to some girl. I may have a possible baby with her, whatever. So and one day we're out with the kids bowling and she wrote him in, oh, that B and this and that. Basically was just always her writing every blue moon about me.
Mrs. Capples, you're a fired up nerve. Not to judge you, but claiming not to be jealous of your man crush's relationship, yet texting and writing about his girlfriend, every blue moon screams the opposite of your claims. Well, it's okay. You might have it by fingers that are eager to pen things down, but dating another man while you're pregnant for Mr. Harris is a whoa moment.
We started talking around September, Mr. Harris. Anyways, like I said, all the way up until the beginning of May. If you go back 9 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the window of conception of where my son was born, and this is within the time time frame that I was still intimate with Mr. Harris.
And this is the information.
Wait a minute, Ms. Capples ain't playing in this court. An exhibit and you pull up a whole calendar board with highlighted days and months. Come on, ma'am. The DNA results better match your calculations because this you just did is way over the roof. Like it's already so much for Mr. Harris not to be the father of your son.
He did not tell me that he was dealing with other women while me and him were talking. So I did not know that he was playing the fifth.
And text other women back.
I went through your phone. I didn't.
And
Yes,
you
I
got
did.
salty.
Cut me off.
Yeah, that's
Please.
the time y'all stopped talking.
Girl. And you were there when he was.
He don't even know your real name.
You were.
Mr. Harris' girlfriend really came to support her man. She's like, I am not letting any Facebook girl snap my man or even pin any fatherless child on his neck. What a supportive woman she is. Ms. Capples must be a jealous protector by going through her one-time boyfriend's phone and texting girls back. Wait. Did he just say he never knew her real name?
Her best friend, she told me that the kid is not mine. On social media, I was getting messages over people she knows, people her friends.
You said she told you the child was not yours.
She told me not too long ago that she did have sex with one guy. And,
After the fact.
No,
and
after
she's
The way friends save the day for these men on paternity court. So, Ms. Capples' friend told Mr. Harris that she was sleeping with another man. Okay, cool. Ms. Capples, the Wonder Woman, doesn't see anything wrong with this act as she claims it was after the fact that she was pregnant and that it was only one time. Okay, she did not know she was pregnant. Fair enough? Hell no.
when she delivered the baby. The next morning I came up there. And
You did.
When I looked, he didn't look like me at all.
No, he does
and
not.
I had my doubt. I had been had my doubts, but like I say, everybody around town says that she goes around saying it's another guy's baby.
When you came up to the hospital to see the baby, did you sign the birth certificate?
No, I did not.
Something really funny just happened here. Mr. Harris said the boy did not and does not look like him, and Ms. Capples corroborated that statement. Okay, so why are we here, Ms. Capples? He has his doubts, more reason why he did not sign the birth certificate just to save his own head. Yet he bought baby needs for the first few months. Mind you, he wasn't there for the birth, so Ms. Capples, why are we here?
So you come to the realization that that was you being angry. And now that's why you're here in court today, because you know that your child deserves to have mother and father listed on his birth certificate.
Yes, Your Honor.
How many times have you seen him?
Not a lot.
Yeah. She don't know that, but she,
I seen him
oh no,
crack
I don't want
sometimes,
Alexis
but-
around him.
Ms. Capples, as it is today, is all about you and the dotted lines. You did not want him to sign the birth certificate at the point of delivery, but want him to sign it 15 months later, because you realized you made a wrong choice at the beginning. Everyone makes the wrong choice most times, actually. But why prevent them from seeing the child? And now you want your so-called enemies to be involved in the signing. Nice play.
I want to know, since 15 months has passed and there's been no real attempt to get a DNA test, have you allowed him to be in Jayceon's life? Because the baby's a year and a half now.
I did get him
No
the
opportunity.
opportunity,
No
but he was always,
That's
what's the
not how
point
it
of
would be.
that?
For the last 15 months, Mr. Harris hasn't seen this child because he is always busy at work and you don't want your child in his house with his girlfriend. Okay, cool, but you remember you said he is the child's father. You should both share the same custody of the child. It is every father's right to see and spend quality time with their child just like you do. Well, the DNA results are almost here.
Mr. Harris, you are not the father.
Thank
You
you.
didn't sleep with no one else.
Ms.
I would
Caples,
like to publicly apologize to Mr. Harris. I honestly thought that it was yours. We messed around. We were intimate a lot, and you know we were.
Ms. Caples, wow, you definitely pulled up maturely. Public apology to Mr. Harris? Come on, that's not a great one from you considering the stress you put the lovebirds through. Nice one from you. But your journey continues. Who is the father of the child as the DNA results have shown it's not your crush? Well, that's one puzzle for you to solve. Judge Lake put another light on with this.
just learn from this lesson because there's been a lot going on here. I mean, I was annoyed, I was disgusted by the behavior I witnessed in this courtroom between you two women. This has been 2 years of drama for nothing. You immediately apologized to Mr. Harris.
You're here to prove to your ex-boyfriend is not the father of your 3-year-old daughter, Zaylee Rasmussen.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you've been in an ongoing court for a DNA test, all of which have been denied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rasmussen, you claim the real reason Ms. Miller is denying your Zaylee's.
Mrs. Miller absolutely hates Mr. Rasmussen. The appalling thought of him being the father of her baby brought her to paternity court. Mr. Rasmussen has been there for the baby her entire life, and he feels utterly wronged that all of this is being sprung up on him in the middle of nowhere. He is here to prove that he is the biological father of the baby.
She just doesn't want me to have visitation. I drive 160 miles every other weekend just to pick up my daughter and drop her off. That's about 10,000 miles. That's wear and tear on my car. She doesn't have a driver's license. She doesn't have any way to bring her to me. She doesn't have any way to meet me halfway.
You say she hates you.
She hates.
Ah, the cheating card. It's no wonder she hates you, Mr. Rasmussen. At the end of the relationship, did you go to another woman? Or that turn of events was what caused the end of the relationship? You'd need to be so much more specific here. Then, in return, Ms. Miller decided to be absolutely against the topic of seeing him again, even around his alleged baby too.
Mad at him for being a cheater. He cheated on me through pretty much our whole relationship. No, I do not hate him because of that.
He says this is about visitation too. He loves his daughter, but you don't want him to have the visitation. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, this woman is not beating around the bush. That is totally why she does not allow him near her daughter. She absolutely lost her respect for him throughout the course of the relationship because he could not keep it in his pants. The whole concept of a relationship, Mr. Rasmussen, is the inevitable fact that you choose to be with one person ultimately. What then is the point if you cheat at every step?
I want to be in her life as much as I possibly can.
I mean, if he's driving 160 miles each way every other weekend, the money he would get in his taxes, he's spending in gas.
I'm paying my child support. I have my child support payments right here, plus an additional $3 fee, plus an additional $60 annual fee.
Okay, that adds up. This man actually does put in so much effort into seeing his baby girl each time. Now, over to you, Ms. Miller. What do you want this man to do for you? He's paying some amount of money as it is for the baby, so what would it cost you to simply get him to be a part of her childhood? Now he's accusing Ms. Miller of dressing up his baby girl in very shabby clothes.
All in this child's life.
Because I still believe that he is not hers.
Okay, and listen, that's what we're here for. I want to get down to the bottom of the truth. You don't believe he's her biological father?
Yes, Your Honor.
So explain to me why.
When she was conceived in March of 2011.
So, it's tit for tat. She cheated too, and this woman is here in paternity court telling us about how her ex-boyfriend cheated on her. His cheating does not justify your cheating, Ms. Miller. The proper thing to do is to not cheat at all, or even better, break up. Both of them are cheating on one another, but there is just one person that got pregnant, and is the definite parent of the baby. Cheating is never a wise move, Ms. Miller.
Yes, Your Honor.
But clearly, at some point, Mr. Rasmussen either thought or was informed that he was her biological father because he is paying child support, he's still driving 160 miles each way, and she has his last name.
Yes.
Mr. Rasmussen, fill me in. At what point, clearly, at some point, Mr. Rasmussen either thought or was informed that he was her biological father because he is paying child support, he's still driving 160 miles each way.
Whoa, Ms. Miller, it's starting to look very strange here. Usually moms in court would try to prove that they were not with anyone aside from the man in court. But oh no, not Ms. Miller. She is explicitly stating that she was intimate with someone else. This woman is not having it with the mere possibility that Mr. Rasmussen is the father of her child. What a woman.
I was at the birth. I was at every single doctor's appointment. When Zaylee was born, you were at a doctor's appointment. I was at home because I had to work that day. I was at my job as a cashier. I got a phone call and I answered it.
This man crossed 7 deserts and 7 seas just to be there for Ms. Miller and the baby. He drove for 45 minutes from the middle of work too. Counting the doctor's appointments, he was at every single one of them. Birth certificate as well, he signed. The bloody thing the very day the baby was born. If this man was so supportive from day one, at what point does Ms. Miller decide to switch up and why?
And raise our daughter together until about 3 months after she was born. One of his friends told me everything that he was doing throughout our entire relationship, cheating on me, going to multiple places to meet multiple girls.
Oh, that's wild. There's so much resentment in this woman for Mr. Rasmussen. She found out about this 3 months after the baby was born too. Does this mean he was doing it even while she was pregnant? Or worse, he kept cheating even after she gave birth to the baby? Behind all of the supportive things he has been doing, all of it must stem from some sort of ache for restitution. It's beginning to seem like Mr. Rasmussen has not been genuine.
But you know deep down there's another possible father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why wait so long to tell him?
I told him the first time that we had a court date, but the courts threw it out.
Even
DNA
before
test.
you tell anybody in court.
Yes, Ms. Miller. You could have told him earlier that there was another man in the picture, regardless of whether you were cheated on or not. How about his own attachment to your baby girl? Now, there is so much tension building up in court over the possibility that this man may or may not be the father. If he ends up being the father, is Ms. Miller then going to grant him access to her? What a duo.
To have Mr. Rasmussen taken off of child support?
I have told him a couple times that if he would just sign her over to me, that he wouldn't have to pay child support anymore.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give up that easy. I'm fighting for what I know is mine.
Now that man sincerely wants to be the father of this baby girl. His bond with her is so precious, and he is desperately trying to protect it. He has had to fight until he got the right to visit her every other weekend. Now, on to the question that has been sitting so comfortably like the elephant in the room. What happens if he is not the father? He honestly will be unable to withstand that bombshell. Let's get to the results.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father. That's a lot of nerve considering the alternative is somebody that don't want nothing to do with you.
With Mr. Wallace and Ms. Roberts. Previously, you were here because Mr. Wallace questioned the paternity of your other child, but now, today, you say you need to prove to Mr. Wallace that he is the father of your 9-month-old son, Ronell.
These are our regulars in court today. This is their third time dragging this case, and Mr. Wallace hopes today will be the very end of the fun Ms. Austin is having. She is dragging him to court over the paternity of her son. Let's see how it goes. Will Ms. Austin's fun truly end here? Or will Mr. Wallace have to continue to deal with more bruises, since one thing is certain, this man will be cooked today.
This time you were standing on the defendant's side with Ronell,
Yes,
Mr. Wallace. So now, Mr. Wallace, you back with Ms. Roberts.
Yes, ma'am.
But you still going back and forth between the two women because she's pregnant now.
Okay, let's sip some water. Right now, Mr. Wallace is basically like a table tennis ball. Whoa, you were here with the current plaintiff as your girl the last time, and now you're here with the last plaintiff as your girl this time. You're damn good at your game. Man, you're going to sustain some heavy bruises. We are all sad.
Everything started out okay, but we all knew that wasn't gonna last long. Ronell Wallace was still bouncing back from me and Kendrelyn. I had enrolled in school, but I never did go because I had got pregnant once again with Ronell. And she got pregnant with her baby, with her son.
It's enough to be said that she is here again for the same reason. It clearly shows her learning curve is flat. And for Mr. Wallace, accepting that he could potentially be the father puts him in the same category as her. They all have had a very messy run since the last time they were here, and this is so clear. Well, Judge Lake knows how to shine her light with the DNA results.
When we was together, I had installed, it was like spyware on her phone. It's what they would duplicate her text messages and call log and send a copy to my email.
Oh, Mr. Wallace 007. You installed spyware on her phone, more like you bugged, or rather tapped her phone so you could keep tabs on who she's texting or talking to. What a man of many talents. Oh, well, it worked for you to detect she was cheating, didn't it? Ms. Austin, you're still denying and asking for proof after he just told you he put spyware on your phone?
We are going to speak to women respectfully in the courtroom. You can express yourself.
If I'm dead, so why you keep on sleeping with me? Why? Why? I'm pregnant again. Why? Right. You say that about her.
right.
Yeah.
So
Why
now,
do you allow me?
What in the name of a mess is going on here? Both people are sleeping with different people and are still sleeping with each other unprotected. That's a lot to deal with, and it's amusing how the girlfriend and the plaintiff find a way to make the show about them, one way or the other. Girlfriend wants to protect and support her man just like every woman will want to, but the plaintiff, Ms. Austin, is really hurting and is throwing blows.
Why are you pregnant and right after you pregnant? Of course, I'm gonna have doubts about the child.
right. Miss Austin, are you admitting that you also had a relationship with somebody else during the time?
No, I wouldn't even call it a relationship.
Merely talking to people got you pregnant? Because according to Mr. Wallace, you got pregnant immediately after your last pregnancy. This gives him enough reason to doubt the legitimacy of the child. Ma'am, you claim you were just talking to these people, or rather the one person at the time because you were hurt. Something's not right here. Well, this is what paternity court does, makes things straight.
Try to get back at me for the things that the mistakes that I made.
Actually, Ronell left his apartment and he moved with Kendrelyn.
Just out of the blue, he woke up and said, I'm gonna move with Miss Roberts now?
Go with her.
So what happened?
Cheating as a means of revenge isn't a very good decision, as it will definitely be at a cost. Trying to be promiscuous because Mr. Wallace cheated on you has now led to having a fatherless child right now. And whoa, Mr. Casanova here does not want his women cheating and sleeping around, but he can. How properly tailored to suit him. You're somewhat the problem, Mr. Wallace.
Base it all off look.
They have the same chin.
Let me see that. Is that evidence you'd like to present?
Yes.
Okay. Walk me through what these pieces of evidence are. The first piece is
The chin. You see that chin? Look at their feet.
Oh, come on, they have the same chin and feet means he is the father of the child? No. Do not base it off of that, Ms. Austin. You know fully well the child is not his, based off of the chin and that little physical resemblance. Physical resemblance can be good evidence, but it can't be based on that. That is why you did very well by bringing this to paternity court. The DNA result will scream the truth.
The apartment that I have now is because I moved in because of Ronell. Ronell left me to go be with Ms. Robert. He don't care. It's all about him, and he doesn't care.
The crying card? The tears are going to flow, but it would not change the DNA results. And honestly, Mr. Wallace needs to relax and take a chill pill. Ms. Roberts definitely wants him all to herself. That's the basis of Ms. Austin's hurt. He allows the women to set themselves up, and boom, he latches on, just till he needs a new woman. Then he scouts and hops on. What a man. What a cycle.
Mr. Wallace, are Ronell's father. I want to get you all some. I have joining me today via Skype
a gentleman by the name of Mr. Wright.
Oh, Mr. Wallace, please pick up your baggage and face your reality. You're the father. Let this be your last time here too. The DNA results are out and they don't lie. So man up and face your daddy duties. Judge Lake hasn't just shone the light, she has created a path for you this time. Stick to it and let Mr. Wright guide you. Mrs. Austin has no more revenge affairs. This was a hell of a case.
A number of social services, I have a number of resources that I want to wrap these young people in, but are they willing to accept my help?
For the very best, go back, talk about this, talk to the counselor, take advantage of every resource. Remember,